April 10th, 2015. You're looking at CERN's website this morning. Pay very close attention. It says the first successful beam at a record energy of 6.5 TeV. Notice the timestamp. Look across the graph. In the right, you see the number 6,000, 7,000. Across the left, 6E9, 7E9. In the center, that's 6.5 TeV. That's per beam. One beam is blue. That's beam 1. Beam 2 is red. The black line that you see rising at the top right is the energy line. That's called the beam energy. You see it at 6.5. Notice that they give us just one screenshot, guys. This is what the government watchdogs would see. This is what you would normally see in their updates. 6.5 looks good, right? Why did they shut it off there? Both beams are enabled now, but they're idle. They are not injecting protons. They're not in the process of collisions yet. But guys, they almost lost it last night. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to prove a couple things to you because of this test. But it says that last night the operations team for the LHC successfully circulated a beam at 6.0 electron volts. One of the many steps before the accelerator will deliver collisions at 4 interaction points. Of course, Atlas, Alice, CMS, and LHCb. Image above, listen, shows the status of the accelerator between 10:45 p.m. and 1 a.m. last night. The lines on the graph show the intensity of beam 1 blue, beam 2 red, and as the team injects the beams into the accelerator. The black line shows the energy for beam 2, which begins to increase at around 12:35 for its injection energy of 4 GeV and ramps to 6.5 TeV, shown as 65,000 giga-electron volts at the top left of the screen. Remember that. Now, during this time, the magnetopause took a beating, guys. The Earth's shields were crumbling under this test, and they haven't started colliding yet. They have reached the voltage to do the collisions, but watch as we go through the time. Notice the timestamp at the top. As we go through that 10 to 1 o'clock that they showed us in the graph, look at the distortions beginning in the magnetopause. Unbelievable. Very little solar pressure at all at this time. And remember, I've showed you in the other videos, the north and south pole magnetic lines of the Earth are pulling in the magnetic lines of our magnetic shields. This went on. Notice we're past that 1 o'clock. Look how bad it gets past that point, guys. They only showed us a screenshot of that time, but I'm going to show you what the computers were looking like at that time as they were watching them. Again, you can see in the last frames as they have powered down, but there was a tremendous amount of distortion. You can see also in the magnetometer as it's pulled down during that time. But here is the real deal. They took a screenshot out of this that was a non-compressed shot, and the beam energy is in the black. Remember, guys, this thing spiked way over 10 eV, and we don't know how far above it went. Right in the center during that time, where did this peak at? Do you remember the distortion in our magnetopause that you just saw on the graph there? People say that it doesn't affect it. You're wrong, my friends. You're wrong. Pay attention to this. And they had to rapidly turn this thing off after 2 p.m. That's when your energy level spiked. Then the beams, I guess the mad scientists in them just couldn't help it, try to crank it back up between 4 and 6. Now we're running at 0 energy. This was as it was going on. They took a screenshot as it reached 6.5 and killed it right there. I hope that there are government watchdogs that realize how dangerous this thing is and realize that they're being deceived also. Now, there may not be one, guys. May not be one watchdog that can do anything or would do anything. But look at your time. Again, the chart at the top is what they showed us in the screenshot from the website. If you go there, and I'll link to that, you can see that it's compressed, but at the same time, then the energy is a black line as it rises to the right. 6.5, they cut it off, didn't let us see it spike at well over 10. It looked like when it hit 10, it was still rising, and it took it a while to come back down. This morning, or in their time, they're going to ramp it back up. You see that? Now, the cryogenics, this is important. Yesterday, these were smooth lines, and this is what keeps this thing cold. They have to keep it that cold to get these protons up to 0.999% of the speed of light. They were warming. Normally, that's a smooth line. But here you see Atlas, CMS, and the LHCb dipole all are running smooth. The magnets in them are ready. Again, let's go back to the chart that they did not show us. Just, again, there's a lot of information. Go back and start the video over if you don't understand what the black, red, and blue lines are. Again, double colliders. Beam 1 is in the blue, beam 2 is in the red. Black line is the energy. That's where they were showing cutoff at 6.5. You think they're being honest with us? I think it went out of control at that peak in the center of this right here, guys. We don't know how much further, but if this thing went up before they turned it down. Rapid drop when it started to go out of control. They do not know what they're messing with. They're going to bring about a lot of problems on this planet. But it's a heads up, guys. They're not going to deceive us until they shut all of our information down. But then I think it may be too late. Then we'll start seeing side effects. But they're damaging our shields. And in the video last night, they're dealing with dark matter. And that dark matter can take over because it occupies, what, 90-something% between dark matter and dark energy of the entire universe as we know it. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.